Hello and welcome to my channel Voice of Fire Tarot. As you can see from the thumbnail, I've chosen to do a reading based on the Halloween theme of Trick or Treat and Ancestors. Obviously during Halloween the veil is at its thinnest. This is the veil between the spirit world and our 3D world as we know it. And with the trick or treat theme, I'm just going to be focusing on the positive aspects of this, being the treats or treats that our ancestors will bring us during this time, really, this really popular time of year. You probably noticed from the thumbnail that I used the image of kind of an old tree, the base of an old tree with its roots all exposed. I was inspired about this. I'm kind of thinking about that everything on the planet and on other planets has an ancestral line, and these sort of things are talents, things that have happened. These are buried within our roots or the roots of the trees. They're not forgotten about, or they might be forgotten, but they don't disappear. They're there, ready to be brought through or needing to be dealt with in the future to heal certain things or to make the best of certain things from our ancestors. And when I'm talking about ancestors in this reading, this could be referring to people you have known in your lifetime who have passed over, or people way back. We could be talking hundreds or even thousands of years ago whom you've never known, but are, part of your ancestral line. Okay, so for the first part of the reading, I will be talking about, basically, I'm going to try and get some information about your ancestor who is coming forward with this treat. And then I'm going to be asking what this treat is that they are bringing to you. Now, this treat could be anything. I'm leaving it open. It can be kind of a gift, a talent that you have, a talent in your ancestral line that needs to be brought out. It could be something that's going to heal you in some sort of way. It could be some knowledge, some sort of insight. But I'm gonna try and gear it towards something really positive, which is why I called it a treat that they're bringing for you. And also, this treat is not just going to help you, obviously, during the holiday of Halloween, but it will be thereafter as well. And for the last bit of the reading, I'm going to be asking how you can make use of this treat, brought through from your ancestor, to impact your life in the most positive way. Okay, so it's going to be quite a practical but also quite a magical reading. So for each group, there will be 4 groups as usual. For each group, I've chosen kind of a Halloween-y kind of theme. Apart from this third one, which could be related to it, this is Tektite, okay, which I'll explain in a minute. So for the first group, if you select the first group, you will be picking this lovely Cauldron. Okay. If you select the second group, it will be this lovely little palette. If you select the third group, it will be this piece of Tektite stone. I kind of picked it because I like the idea of Tektite. I like the colour. It matched everything else, and it just seemed like a nice fitting stone. And again, I feel this is kind of related to ancestors in the fact that it is believed that these rocks are formed from meteoric impacts with the earth, which have created kind of a glassy like stone. Okay, it's very related to, I think, moldavite as well as a type of Tektite. So there's something really special about this. All right, that's the Tektite. And for group 4, it will be the spell book. Okay, lovely. So take your time, use your intuition, pause the video if necessary to select which group or groups, it could be more than one, which one most resonates with you. Please also remember that these are general readings, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. And if you like my channel or my videos, please remember to like, share and subscribe, all the usual things. All right. So thank you very much, and I will see you at your reading. Goodbye. Hello group 1, and welcome to your reading. You were drawn to this lovely cauldron, And this will be a Halloween themed reading based on a treat rather than a trick, a treat that is being brought forward from your ancestor. I'll be talking about your ancestor themselves, what this treat that they're bringing forward is, and how you can use this treat to impact your life in the most positive way from now on. All right, so let us begin. Okay, I'd firstly like to know, please, Spirit, please can I have some information about this ancestor that is coming forward for people in group 1, please. So I'm getting an image of a man, and I'm just drawn to his knees, the knee region for some. There's some metal sort of plates on it or something like that. That is what I'm drawn to. I'll get a little bit of information now, please, about this ancestor. Okay. Okay, we have the Devil card, followed by the Star card, followed by the Empress. Okay. I get a feeling that this ancestor who is coming forward is someone who is very connected to the earth. But it's like they're some sort of visionary. It's like they're linking the elements of the earth with the stars as well. I'm getting a sense that this is somebody from quite a long time ago, and I don't feel that you knew this person in this particular lifetime. I get more information about the Devil card here. It's very interesting that we've got the Devil and we've got the Star card mixed with the Empress. So there's a lovely, quite a lovely quality to this particular ancestor, but I think they might have had to deal with some quite dark, difficult stuff in their lifetime, and I get the sense that they're wanting this to be healed. They're coming forward. They want to heal you of this. I think this is something possibly that you carry through with you through your ancestral line that they're wanting you to heal, and it's kind of connecting to something. They want you to connect to the earth and to the stars in a really, really positive way to help you to heal this. Because I get a sense there is some sort of darkness that this particular ancestor is carrying, and this could have gone through your ancestral line. It could be to do with doubts, fears, and insecurities, as seen with this Devil card, or feeling restricted as well. I feel that this person had a lot of potential, and I feel that it was a bit quashed by the barriers of the time that they lived in, that they had so much potential in terms of they could have been really, really famous, but there was something that was restricting them. I think it's to do with the binds and everything in society around them at the particular time. Okay, I'm going to get some more information about this ancestor. So, Spirit, a bit more information, please, about the ancestor who is coming forward for people in group 1, please. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Two of Cups, followed by the Tower card. I feel that this particular ancestor might have had a few issues feeling actually part of the earth plane. They might have felt quite connected to something in the stars, or even I sense a really, really strong connection to spirit. And what's happened here, I think this particular ancestor has a really, really big heart, a really, really open heart. And I know I still feel that this ancestor is a male, and they're really connected to their feminine side. But I think they've been getting a lot of, I think they're getting a lot of downloads through their feminine intuition is really, really strong. I feel that this is a really, they've got a lot of psychic powers, this particular ancestor, but I think it's been quashed. I see this Knight of Pentacles here. Now, I see this as quite a negative aspect of these two cards, this Knight of Pentacles as well. I feel that it's the society at the time is kind of saying like men aren't supposed to be like this. They're supposed to maybe fight, maybe be warriors, just be really, really masculine. And I feel that this has made this particular ancestor feel really bound, feel really restricted, and he wasn't able to achieve what he wanted to in this particular lifetime. And I get the sense of him standing still and looking out with kind of, he's looking out and he's feeling, oh, if only I could do that. But he's really wanting to, but something is holding him back. Well, it's the society at the time that's holding him back. So I get a sense this is probably, I think we're talking hundreds and hundreds of years ago. I'm not exactly sure when, but it's definitely at a time when men were not really seen as kind of like witches, sorcerers, things like that. And that kind of thing I feel was frowned upon as well. And this is where I feel his strengths were. I get a feel that since that he had to do certain things as a man, had to do in certain stereotypical roles, and this made him feel restricted. He wasn't happy and he was always looking after something more. And this is because of his strong connection to spirit. This person has a really, really open heart. They may not be happy with the things that he had to do. Maybe he had to go out to war, had to fight particular things that didn't sit right with him because he has such a strong connection to, it's kind of the heart of source, the heart of spirit. And because of that, because of his connection to everything beautiful, this was quite difficult for him, and he had a lot of tower moments in his life. Okay, I would like to know, was Spirit, please can you give me a card just to tell me whether this particular ancestor was male or female, please? Was he male or female in his incarnation on Earth, please? When he was alive, was he male or female? Okay, we have a male figure here, but as you can see, yeah, so he's definitely male. As you can see, he was sort of hanging up, he's hanging upside down. This shows to me someone who's very connected to all things mystical, Neptunian, the 12th house sort of things. And he's in that space. He's able to see things from a very, very different perspective, which is why he's feeling so restricted in the time that he was living in. It's interesting that one leg is kind of sort of like, you know, might be showing me something. I was drawn to the knees as well. So you could have even have lost limbs or something when he had problems with his knees in that, you know, in war, anything like that, or disease, anything like that. But I get a sense that yes, he's connected to these things through the Hanged Man image, but because of restrictions, he's not able to move forward with it. He's sort of stuck in a limbo, and I feel that he's stuck in a limbo here. He's really feeling that he's stuck in a limbo in this particular time. Wow. I see a lot of potential with this ancestor, a lot of unfulfilled potential. Okay, so let's get a bit more information about him, please, Spirit. Okay. Information about this ancestor who is stepping forward to give a treat to people in group 1, please. We have Sage, be devoted and committed. Yeah, I feel that this person he was very, very thoughtful. He kept a lot of his talents, a lot of his connection to the other realms, to that higher consciousness, to himself. And he spent a lot of time reflecting, things like that. He grew, you know, to be very, very wise as well. Somebody very, very wise, somebody that people, you know, would go to for advice. But I don't think he made a big thing of it. And I think that he wanted to, but there was something kind of kind of stopping him as well. Well, we know what's stopping him is here, but yeah, this is his energy. This is the energy that he has. That's enabling him to connect to his divine feminine really, really strongly with him. Okay. Right. Anything else that we want to say about this particular ancestor, please, Spirit? This ancestor who has stepped forward to give information to group 1, please. Hearth Homecoming. Yeah, this is emphasizing to me that he actually didn't feel at home where he was, because he couldn't be the person that he wanted to be. He had to conform, basically, and he's got a strong sense of where his home is, somewhere different to where he was. I feel that he didn't feel that he was in the right time. He was in all the right place, possibly. And he felt kind of, it was like a homesick feel I get from him. Okay. Wow. Right, what I want to know now, I'm going to get some information now, Spirit. I'd like to know, what is the treat that this ancestor is bringing forward for people in group 1? For this Halloween season, what treat are they bringing forward for people in group 1, please? King of Swords, followed by Knight of Swords and Page of Swords. Wow, we've got all cards to do with swords, the air element and the mind. He's bringing through to you courage of your convictions, to speak your mind, obviously in a diplomatic, nice way, but he's bringing through a lot of courage to you. He wants you to have this courage because he feels that in this time that you are now, you have the ability and you have the space and the freedom to actually bring your ideas, because they're coming from a place of clarity, quite a very high place as well. And we had the Page of Swords, which is a messenger. So I believe he's coming through forward as the messenger to you. And it's really, really clear. So his gift is really, I feel that he's giving you that gift of courage, that you've got something, is you brought it over from him. You have this ability, it's in your ancestral line, and he wants you to bring it forward and have the courage and the convictions about it as well. Okay, we have the King of Swords here. He's very, very forthright. There's no arguing about it. He will say things as they are. Okay, because this knowledge is from a very high place and it goes back a long time. And I feel with this Knight of Swords, it's like he's running back to the past to get this knowledge to bring forward courageously to the future. Okay, I'd like some more information, please, about the gift that is coming through for people in group 1, please, from this particular ancestor. What I forgot to say as well, it's something that's very, very masculine as well, this energy that he's bringing forward too. I feel that it's masculine because he's trying to inform you that you can't mix that masculine with the feminine, because it's okay to be the divine feminine, having that receptive, intuitive energy. But what he's saying is that he wants you to use your masculine side, or your masculine side of you, to bring it forward into the world, bring it forward, to be brave about it, to have the courage of your convictions. Yeah, as I see here, on the bottom of this deck, we have the Eight of Swords, and this is somebody who's feeling very, very, very restricted, I should say. She has a blindfold on, she's tied, but she's not tied very, very tightly. She can wriggle out of that if she wants to, but it's feeling very restricted in the mind, feeling quite there's quite a lack of power here, and I feel that he felt this in his lifetime, and he doesn't want you to feel this in this lifetime. He wants you to be open and to really use this gift of clarity that you have, that he's given to you. Yeah, we have the Two of Swords. Yeah, being receptive, but this is bringing it into the light. This is bringing it into, this is being really present about it and being open and taking up your own space. That's the gift he's bringing to you. And then we have the Fool. Yes, we're rushing back, you know, to the beginning of things, to feel fresh, to have a sense of freshness. This particular, the archetype of the, you know, the Fool, he's not worried about what people think about his opinions. He hasn't been tainted or affected by, you know, the world around him. He's at the very beginning. He's approaching life with a really, really open heart. He's open to things. And then we have the Two of Wands. Yeah, this is the stage where, yeah, you've got the ideas, you're really, really clear. Now you can start planning as you go forward in your life. So I feel that during this Halloween period, he will bring you a massive sense of clarity and confidence in terms of your thoughts, how clear you are. And it's possibly, I think it's a lot to do with your throat chakra. So he's bringing through a confidence in that you were able to communicate your ideas on your thoughts very, very clearly. It's like he's opening your throat chakra. Things will be clear. Energy will flow freely through it. Beautiful. Okay. So let's have a little look. I'm going to choose this deck. No, actually, I'm going to choose this deck, I think, for the gift that he is going to bring you this Halloween season. That dropped out. What have we got here? We have the Healing Temple of the Lunar Light. Life cycles, energy healing, and then at the end of here, at the end of the sentence, we have communication. This is what's going to heal you. You being able to communicate freely, clearly as well. That's what it's bringing through, because it's coming from a very, very, you know, high grade source, I would say. And this will bring a massive healing for you. Massive healing. That's beautiful. And it's about repairing things over life cycles, you know, over them times when possibly in your ancestry, people going on from what he had, this talent you have, this connection, feeling not able to communicate how you want to, the way you want to. And what they're saying is now it's time to heal this life cycle, heal this ancestral cycle. It's time for you to change things. It's time for you to use that, you know, the energy of your throat chakra to really communicate in the way that you want to. Hey, anything else, please, about the gift he is bringing you? We have Homeland Foundation. That's interesting because we've got the half homecoming for his energy. And then for you, we have Homeland Foundation. Yeah, this is about getting to your roots of what you are meant to be. This is, he's bringing you back to, it's like your ancestral roots. He's bringing you back to what you're meant to be, your talent in this, your talent in communication, in voicing particular things. He wants you to have a strong voice because you're connected to a very, very high level of knowledge. And what I forgot to say as well, with this Fool card, this Fool is also about connection to source, to purity, to source. Okay, so to the divine, to source, and you are connected to that. And you can have courage in knowing that when you say things, you are connected to something really, 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 really wonderful and of a really, really high vibration. And this is your foundation. This is the foundations of what you are meant to be and what you are meant to bring to the world. And this will bring you healing and healing of them ancestral lines. And it's bringing new, lovely energy into the world. Okay, so what I'd like to know now, please, is what can people in Group 1 do to use this gift that their ancestors bringing them? How can they use it in the most positive way that will impact their life in the most positive way, please? How can they use this treat, please, from their ancestor in the most positive way, please? We have the Eight of Cups, followed by the Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Ace of Wands. Wonderful energy coming through here, group one. What he wants you to do is use the knowledge of your gift of oration, of speaking really clearly, and taking up that presence when you do. Use it to help you on your spiritual journey. Basically on your journey throughout life in a really, really high level spiritual way. And what this will do, this will kind of bring you out, because for him, this card, I feel that for him, this card, as we see here, it was with the Devil card, and it was to do with him feeling restricted, not able to move from anywhere. But now, this energy is kind of transmuted in your particular lifetime, in your life, to actually be a way of planning and going forward and building strong foundations for yourself with this knowledge that he has. And now, this is like kind of, this card is kind of signifying your connection to him as well, this particular ancestor. And what this will do, this will bring new flashes of ideas and inspiration, and also energy, real strong energy for you to go forward with confidence as well. So he wants you to look at it as kind of a part of your spiritual journey, spiritual quest to heal yourself. Okay. So I'd like a bit more information, please, Spirit, about how people in group one can use this gift, please. Sorry, use this treat, I should say, to impact their life in the most positive way. We have the Four of Pentacles, followed by the Four of Swords, followed by the Ace of Cups. Wow. I think that he wants you to basically open up and not feel blocked. He wants you to open up your heart to this information that he's given you, and open up your heart, because I believe this particular ancestor, he did have a very, very open heart. He's connected to this lovely energy of, you know, Venus with the Empress as well, and we have the Two of Cups here as well. So he was really, really open. And what he's telling me is this: if you work on opening up your heart, you will get a stronger connection to this ancestor. So things will come through much more clearly to you. By opening up your heart, I'm seeing this heart being covered by this pentacles, by this pentacle that this man in the Four of Pentacles is holding. It's being covered. He wants you to open it up. This will enable you to go forward with an open heart, but also with courage as well. What I'm seeing here with this Four of Swords, this is, I feel that it's telling you, you know, when you go to sleep at night or when you meditate, have a few times and you could invoke this particular ancestor, you know, really concentrate on connecting to his energy, connecting to getting this treat from him, something really positive. All right, because we're with this Knight of Pentacles, which is his kind of energy as well. And what this will do, this will bring through lovely, you know, flashes of energy and momentum. But also, we have the Ace of Cups, which is to do with emotional healing of the heart, which is really important. Really, really focus on that. And then you will connect to him much more and get the positive benefits from it. All right, so anything else? Let's have a little look that you can do practically. Okay, use this card first. So, what can people... Oh, that came out. We have hand fasting union. Yeah. It's like he wants you to form a kind of bond with him through your ancestral line. See if we get any other cards, please. Anything else that people in group one can do to use this treat that this ancestor has given them in a very positive way. Litha intensification. Yeah, this is, I really feel it's about invoking his energy, invoking his power, joining with him to produce really, really, really intense, beautiful results. Okay, lovely reading. Group one, thank you for tuning in. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. And yeah, I also welcome any comments as well. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Hello Group 2, and welcome to your reading. You were drawn to this lovely bat. Okay, and this reading is about a Halloween treat that your ancestor is bringing forward to you. And I'm also going to ask in what way you can use this treat positively in your life. All right, but first of all, I'd like to get a little bit of information about your ancestor. Please can I have some information, Spirit, about the ancestor who is coming forward with a treat for people in Group 2, please. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the Seven of Swords, followed by the Nine of Cups. Interesting energy here from your ancestor Group 2. I feel that this particular person is somebody from your ancestry that goes back a very, very, very long time. I'm just getting the feeling about that, looking at this Wheel of Fortune. Look at this, is like a wheel of time. It's like so long ago. It's even like it's just so long ago, and I feel that they would involved in some kind of performance, possibly something to do with circuses or fates, things like that. Things like that were to do with entertaining people. That's what I would say. Okay, something to do with entertaining people. All right, interesting energy. I sense there might be a bit of deception here. I get a sense of somebody who's sort of running about, doing things behind the scenes, just probably to survive as well. All right, but I'm feeling that it's a bit of quite a free spirit as well. That's what I'm getting from this. So more information, please, Spirit, about this ancestor who is coming forward for people in Group 2, please. We have the High Priestess, followed by the Five of Swords, followed by the Hanged Man. Yeah, I'm getting a real sense of some kind of mystical person, someone who maybe travelled around, maybe with travelling circuses or travelling shows. And again, yeah, I feel it's a long time ago, but I think it has some sort of connection with possibly the Akashic records. I might not have thought of it as the Akashic records at that time, but they're connected to something higher. They're connected to things in the past and things in the future. I almost see this like some kind of crystal ball or something that they use to divinate. It's got that kind of feel to it. They could be into the occult, things like that. So that's what I'm getting a sense from this. And I'm just looking at this picture, and immediately I feel with this Nine of Cups, it's like when you go to the fairground and somebody is shooting at, like with a toy gun at different things, so they win a prize, something like that. So that's what I'm feeling looking at this card. That's what's really coming through strongly for me, and I'm just drawn to the circus tents around here. But I feel that this person might have felt a bit awkward in this kind of environment. It might, in terms of they might not have enjoyed so much being in the limelight all the time. I feel that they were sort of wanting to have a bit of time to themselves sometimes, but they're having to be exposed all the time because they were like putting on a show. That's what I'm feeling. They possibly might have been shunned by other people, maybe looked down upon, maybe what they did wasn't really seen as something, wasn't seen as something that was right or was moral. But it's to do with people's understanding. It's not that it wasn't moral, it's to do with the understanding of people around this person at the time. Okay, and this is why this person had to feel they were sort of scurrying around just trying to survive really with this exceptional talent, and they felt that they were only really happy. I get this sense that they were only really happy when they were in that connection, like behind a curtain, possibly behind a curtain, when they weren't being viewed by members of the public. They felt happy because this is when they can truly feel that they're able to relax, just take a step back, connect to spirit in the way that they wanted to, and sort of be comforted from spirit. Because I get a feeling that this particular person didn't feel that comfort, that sense of belonging in their actual earthly incarnation. Okay, so it's somebody very, very connected to other dimensions, as we can see with these two cards especially, and this card. And I think there's some sort of fortune teller. I'm really feeling that, some sort of fortune teller. Possibly in some sort of family that travelled a lot and did this kind of thing. I think there's a big performance element to it, but they're not wanting to be seen. They rather do this sort of behind closed doors. They don't feel comfortable doing this in front of others. If to them it feels unnatural, it just doesn't feel right with them. It doesn't sit right with them personally. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, what can I use? Let's have a little look. I'm going to use this deck, I think. Just a bit more information, please, about this ancestor who is coming forward to give a treat for people in group 2, please. Okay. We have Pentacle Respect. Again, it's similar to this Wheel of Fortune. I'm seeing somebody who is able to divinate, to see symbols and things. They probably had a lot of earth energy in their birth chart. But they were very connected to earth energy, very connected to the energy of people. They could see things in people. They could see events on earth that would take place before anyone else did. They just had that kind of knowledge because they were very, very tuned in to their own intuition and into their own psychic senses. I just feel this is representing like a table where a person would come into, say, a tent in a fete or a travelling circus, something like that, and they would get a reading, like possibly some divination. They might, look at runes, things like that, anything like that could predict the future for people. That's what I'm feeling here. Okay, anything else, please, about this person? Let's have a little look here. Anything else, please, about this ancestor who is coming forward to give a treat for people in group 2, please? Yeah, here we have intuition. Yeah, they were able to see very, very deeply into things. Really, they were able to see beyond the veil of what others could see. I feel as well they were able to see a bigger picture that others couldn't see as well. And this is also why they felt quite isolated from people around them. This could be even their own family as well. So they found a lot of solace in solitude, really. And then times when they really connect into themselves. Really, really strong intuition, really strong psychic person I'm getting from this. Okay. So what I'd like to know now, please, spirit or ancestor, if I speak to you directly, what gift have you got for people in group 2, please? What is your, or I should say treat, what is your treat for them, please? So over the Halloween season, when the veil is thinnest between the spirit world and the earthly 3D world, what treat are you going to give them, please? Oh, 2 want to come out there. And here. On the bottom of the deck, we have a kind of the strength card, and we have a strong female character here, but it's strength, but it's gentleness with it. I do feel that this is a female as well. I should have said that. I feel that it is a female ancestor as well, who is very, very tuned into their intuition. So we have the Page of Wands, followed by 2 cards. We have the Emperor, and we have the 3 of Wands as well. Lovely. And then we have the Devil. Okay. Interesting treat. Instantly what came to me is, don't be afraid of things that seem dark, because that is what is making you feel restricted at the moment. It's kind of a fear is making you feel restricted and is stopping you from bringing your full talents into the world. They want you to connect. Their treat for you is that they will show you how you can connect with your inner emperor. This is the person who is able to put plans into action and to do things in a material sense. Someone who is a leader and able to do things in a very, very structured way that will achieve results. And that is your way of kind of defeating this feeling of doubt and insecurity and fear. And what they're going to do to you, what they're going to do for you, this particular treat they're going to bring you, this ancestor, they're going to really open things up for you, open you up to new possibilities. As we see here, we have a person, he's actually stepped out of his comfort zone now. This comes after the 2 of Wands. If you know the two of Wands in the tarot is somebody within their castle looking out, holding the world. He's doing the plans, but he hasn't set foot outside of that castle yet. This person in his card has taken the next step. He's looking out and seeing, he's actually assessing, yes, I can achieve this, these possibilities that lay before me. It's like he's looking across a massive, really panoramic landscape, and he's saying to himself, anything is possible. So what they're telling me is that when you get a surge of energy and positivity and youthfulness, as you see with the Page of Wands, this is a message directly from this ancestor. The Page is a messenger, but this message is one of youthfulness, of fire. It's like they're going to give you some fizz and pizzazz and some fire to enable you to open up, see the possibilities, open your eyes, and to gain that inner authority. And what I feel as well, this is an inner authority that this particular ancestor, she never had. Because in her time, it's like she has such a talent, such an intuitiveness, such a psychicness, that it's kind of her talent was, it could have done much more than what she actually did. She's probably used by a lot of people. She probably, problems with her family, in terms she was with a travel, possibly a family, and she probably didn't get all the money for everything that she did. And just feeling isolated and trapped within that kind of structure, and also being a woman at that time as well. But what she's saying now is this sort of feeling of restriction has carried on through the ancestral line up to the present day within yourself. And this is where you're having this fear and this insecurity. And what she's saying is now it's time to heal this. What she's handing over to you is the energy and the the idea that you have the inner emperor that she wished she actually had. So you're able to battle this darkness, battle this feeling of being bound and restricted, and you're able to put your ideas now into reality in a very, very powerful way. She's saying now it's time to bring out your inner leader. She's giving you the energy and the information to do that. Right, okay. Anything else, please, you want to say about the treat that this ancestor has for people in group 2, please? Another 2 have come out. We have this one and that one. They want to give me a lot of cards about this, group 2. Okay, so underneath the Page of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So again, it's emphasizing this power. It's emphasizing that you need to bring out that inner confidence, that charisma. She's handing it over to you as well. And you have the Page of Pentacles, and that's, she wants you to harness all of this firepower, all of this confidence and charisma into something precious. And it's like she wants you to look forward into your future, like she did when she divinated, looking at that crystal ball, that kind of thing. She wants to use it now for you to look forward and to plan what you want to do. You've got all this confidence and energy that she's given you. And then we have the King of Wands, another fire energy. So I feel she's giving you a lot of energy because she wants for you to take actions. This is actually about doing something. This is actually about carrying out the steps. You've gone beyond planning. She wants you to actually do things, put your plans into action. And then we have the King of Cups. She's also giving you the ability to balance things out. She's saying that the darkness will, there'll always be darkness and there'll always be light, but you will have much more self-power to combat it and to balance it, really. You'll have a lot more self-power, self-confidence, and all this will make you feel much more emotionally balanced. Okay. Right. Anything else, please, Spirit, about the treat that is being given by this ancestor to people in group 2, please? We are Samhain, death. Okay. I feel that she is giving you the ability to put something in your ancestry that's held you back, that's held her back. It's time to draw a line under it and to move on to something much more powerful. And this death is about the old ways. It's kind of, when I say the old ways, it's like the old restrictions that she felt. She needs it to be healed now. She's coming forward as your ancestor. This thing in your ancestral line needs to be healed, and a new energy needs to come in, because death is about transformation, so something new can come in. So that's what she's bringing in for you. After death comes rebirth. That's the main message. And what else have we got here? Let's have a little look. So the treat for people in group 2, please. We have transformation. Remember what I said? This is about complete death equals transformation. And it's funny, we are in Scorpio season now. Okay, so this is a really, really important, relevant energy at this time as well. We have a very spiritual number of 33 as well in numerology. And yeah, this is intense, deep, deep transformation. But it's going to make you feel much more energized after it. Massive energy boost, and this will heal yourself and this ancestral thing that's possibly been holding you back, and she's coming in to help you with that. It's like putting things right. That's what I'm feeling here. Okay, so what I'd like to know now, please, Ancestor, or people in group 2, how should they use this treat that you were giving them in the most positive way so that it impacts their life most positively, please? Cars are falling everywhere today. Okay. How can they use this treat in the most positive way, please? We have the 7 of Swords again. That's interesting. And then we have the Magician. So I can immediately see the transformation taking place here. And then again, we have the Hanged Man. Now, this is interesting. Very powerful. 2 major arcanas as well. So she really wants you to pull all the stops out for this treat that she's given you, and she's given you, that's why she's given you so much energy, so much firepower to do this. It's really, really important, this treat that she's giving you. Yeah, so this is the energy that's carried on for your ancestry. This is the energy that needs to be healed. It's that the energy is kind of like lurking in the shadows, in terms of you're not wanting to show people who you really are, and you know what you're capable of, the brilliant things you're capable of. You've been hiding them away, and that's because of this in your ancestry. So what she's saying is she wants the leader, your inner leader, to come out. So possibly focus on what it is that is really good about you. So, you know, really focus on your inner power. She wants you to build that confidence, you know, towards that kind of Queen of Wands energy, that Emperor energy. So I think possibly to meditate on things to do with leadership, self-management, being in control, and basically the ability to manifest, which I see with this Magician. It's the ability to take whatever thought, whatever idea you have, and make it a reality. And this is what this Magician is able to do. So they want you to focus on that, at least in your energy. And when you do more and more in your energy, it will start to become a reality. And this will start to move you from this. So I think, yes, it's about moving forward because this is very, very still. But I also think what she wants you to do, this ancestor, she just wants you to pause a little bit, just so you have a chance to actually absorb all this powerful energy, because it will feel really powerful and you will need a lot of rest from it. And that is the only way you are going to harness this energy in its best way. And by doing this, you will see things very, very differently in a brand new way. She also wants you to connect, really, this is to do also with, the more you do this, the more you start to connect with your intuition. You might start to see things that are possibly out of the ordinary in your mind's eye. This is because your upper chakras are starting to open up as well. You're really starting to tune in to her energy. Remember, she had a very, very psychic talent as well, a very psychic, intuitive talent. And she wants you to tune into that. But in order to do that, you kind of need to pause a little bit and just sort of hang there, metaphorically, hang there and absorb it. And this will give you the impetus and the energy to move from this into the Emperor, into the Magician. Lovely. Right, anything else, please? I'd like some more tarot cards, please, to explain to people in group 2 how they can use this treat in a positive way, please. This treat from their ancestor. We have here complete effortless firepower. That's at the bottom of the deck. Okay, this is kind of telling me what this will lead to. Uh, this is amazing. Underneath the Seven of Swords, we have the Magician. So she is really, really trying to emphasize the point. This is complete self-mastery, complete power. And she's really saying to me that you have this power and this ability to manifest whatever it is you want onto the earthly plane. But you need to tune into her energy and the message and the energy that she's giving to you. And yeah, then we have the Eight of Cups. I think this appeared in group 1 as well. So the Eight of Cups is underneath the Magician. So you're now going forward very independently. He's also wearing a red cloak as well. So it's like some kind of spiritual journey, but it's very grounded as well. You're exploring different parts of yourself that you never knew existed. And that's through connecting to this ancestor. So they want you to do that. Treat it as some sort of exciting adventure with all the different twists and turns and everything, different things you'll find out about yourself. Really, really positive things you didn't know. You'll find powers about yourself you weren't even aware of. That's what she's saying. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles underneath the Hanged Man. So yes, you've gained this new perspective, and this is the bit when this has happened. She's saying now you can move on in a structured, focused way, very independently, with all that self-power to creating the life that you want in the way that you want it. This is all about self-mastery. It's like you've got the opportunity that she never had because of where she lived, maybe to do with her class as well. Could be finances, all sorts of things, also her gender and the time she lived in as well. But now she wants this to be healed. It needs to be healed. And what she's saying to me is that you're able to do this now in this life. Very powerful. Okay. Just some last words from the oracles, please, Spirit, about this. So Spirit and Ancestor, people in group 2, how can they use this treat that you're giving them in a positive way, please? Or in the most positive way, I should say. We have Cauldron Containment. So what's happening is, this to me is like building up your firepower. Think of it, it's kind of, you can imagine a cauldron. All of these things are building up. All this fire that she's given you, it's all being mixed together, all being alchemized, and it's kind of like a pressure cooker. But at the moment, what she's saying is absorb this energy, okay, and just really, really build it up. She wants you to build up and everything that she's given to you. Be open to the messages and the energy bursts that she's giving you and this information, and kind of build it up. Just let it gain momentum. Which is what happens when you boil water. It starts to, bubble more and more. This is what she wants. And to finish off, our last little card, please. So, again, just one more card, please, about how people can, in group 2, can use this treat in the most positive way to impact their life, please. This is a lovely card to end on, group 2. We have Limitless. This is someone who's open to all the possibilities. Everything in the cosmos, in other dimensions, is being brought down, and this is expanding your horizons. She really wants you to tap into this feeling of expansion, of expanding beyond who you thought you were, and expand beyond that. And then she's saying there's more as well, to keep expanding and expanding your sense of how much you can actually achieve. Lovely. Very powerful treat from this ancestor to you, group 2. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. Also, please leave any feedback, any comments below would be appreciated. And once again, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Hello, people in group 3. You were drawn to this lovely Tektite stone. and this reading is a Halloween themed reading about a treat that has been brought forward to you from one of your ancestors. I'm going to be asking Spirit about the ancestors themselves, some information about them, and then I'm going to be asking Spirit and the ancestor what treat they have for you, and then I will finish off by asking how you can use this treat in a way that will impact your life in the most positive way. Okay, so let's begin. So Spirit, please connect me to the ancestor of people in group 3, please. Remember, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates with you. Okay, so the ancestor of people in group 3, please. Just some information about them, please. Some information about the ancestor in group 3. We have the Queen of Cups, followed by the Hermit, followed by the Two of Swords. And in the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords as well. So I think this was a very deep, introspective person. I believe this person was a female, and she was a very, very deep thinker. And she was very connected to her intuition and her feelings, very thoughtful and very considered. She considered things before, very, very considered things before she took the next step. Okay, let's get some more information about this. So more information about this ancestor. And I believe we're talking about a female ancestor here. Okay, more information about her, please, for people in group 3. We have the Magician, followed by the King of Pentacles, followed by the Lovers. Yeah, she had a big heart. She's very, very connected to the, I would say, the angelic frequency of love. Very, very connected to that. But it's like she wasn't able to kind of project this forward like the Magician into a way that would make her kind of, abundant and happy on the earth plane. So I think she probably spent a lot of her time by herself, which is obviously fine, but I think she needed this time just to detach from the world around her, I get a sense that she really needed to calm her mind. As I saw that the Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck, there might have been some element of anxiety or even depression as well, and this kind of held her back in a way, or made her not go forward in the way that she wanted to. Okay, she's very, very in tune with herself and very, very aware of things. Okay, anything else, please? I'd like more information about this person, please. About the ancestor who's coming forward for people in group 3, please. We have Patience. Yeah, I think she had a very, very calm kind of presence about her. I think that people felt very calm and comfortable around her as well, and that she had a lovely energy. I really get a feeling that she had a lovely energy, And I think she found it quite difficult on the earth plane in terms of putting herself forward, putting herself out there as well. I also feel that she might have been, in some instances, quite happy with that, because she's kind of happy in her own company as well. This is where she felt most comfortable and most at home as well. And I don't think she was the norm in terms of kind of how she lived. I think she lived by herself, which wasn't really, expected at the time that she lived in. And I just get a really calm, there's a really, really calm, loving energy coming from her. Okay. I'd like some more, please. I'm going to use this deck now. More information, please, about this ancestor who's coming forward to give a treat to people in group 3, please. Winter, take care of your needs. Yeah, I just get a feeling of someone who is shut away a lot, who didn't really reveal a lot of themselves to the outside world, feeling happy, but there's also a bit of isolation as well from the world around her. She preferred her own company to be shut away. But I feel as well, because we have this magician here and the lovers and the King of Pentacles, I feel a sense of possibly regret in that she possibly waited for things to happen, but didn't kind of take the actions that were necessary for them to happen. So I get a sense there was a kind of a fear and an anxiety around that, and that kind of stopped her. And that's where she has some regrets. So I do feel there is some definitely some potential in her, some qualities in her that is kind of like a wasted opportunity. People actually didn't see the real her, what she was, the frequency, the high frequency that she vibrated on, in terms of her connection to that really high angelic frequency. People didn't really see it. She was kind of hidden away from the limelight. Okay, that's interesting. Right, so I'd like to know, please, what is the treat that this ancestor has for people in group 3, please? What came to me then, which is just looking back at this 2 of Swords and the Lovers, I talked about her not feeling, that happy and possibly not feeling grounded on the earth plane. It's funny, I just get a feel looking at this card. It's almost like this sun and this angel is like, I know it sounds funny, it kind of looks like a UFO or something kind of extraterrestrial. That's what's coming through for me, and it's like she's tuned into that frequency. And it's interesting as well because we have this Tektite stone, which they believe is to do with meteors, obviously, that come from outside of Earth and crash into Earth, and this glassy kind of stones, which are called tektites, are made from that. So there isn't sort of an extraterrestrial feel to this. So I think she might not have been aware of it. The reason that she might not feel part and wanted to be shut away from the earth itself is that she was connected to that extraterrestrial kind of star seed kind of energy as well, very connected to that. This could have been her first incarnation on earth as well. She was actually getting used to actually knowing how to function in the suit that she had, which was the human body. She wasn't used to it. I think she's used to, before her incarnation in her lifetime, she was used to being possibly living on a much higher frequency, not on the 3D, we're talking 5D, 60, 70. I think she's on that kind of frequency, but she's had to kind of learn how to function on the earth. And this possibly didn't sit that well with her. And I think she hid a lot of her talents and a lot of this wonderful energy that she had away from the world. She's kind of sheltered away. That's what I'm seeing here. So the treat she has for you is the 3 of Cups, followed by the 4 of Wands, followed by the Knight of Wands. This is beautiful. This is complete positivity. And this treat is about, I see it as forming in a union with her, a part of yourself, which is what I'm seeing with this number 3, which is you connecting to the other part. This, I see this as one of these could be actually be this particular ancestor. She's coming with you to join, to celebrate uniqueness as well. And this is bringing stability as well. It's like the treat she's given for you is to celebrate your uniqueness, and she wants you to bring it out into the world, your uniqueness, because this is where you will feel most at home. This combination of the 3 of Cups and the 4 of Wands, this is about socializing, celebrating, all the things that she didn't do. This is a complete celebration and enjoyment, and these are the things that she wanted to do, but because she didn't, now she's giving you that impulse to do that, and that impulse is coming through with this Knight of Wands, and that's like her saying, yes, it's okay to be like this. It is time for, because she didn't do it, she didn't bring herself out to the open, she wants you to do that, and she wants you to enjoy all the wonders of the earth plane. And you yourself might feel very unique, and you might not feel comfortable on the earth plane. You could have some sort of starseed connections as well, which is very, very possible. But she wants you to celebrate it, celebrate your uniqueness, and bring it with a lot of firepower onto the earth. It's something to be celebrated. Lovely. Okay, right, so and on the bottom of this deck as well is the World card, and this is about some, it's obviously a woman here, or a female energy, but this person is basically, it's like self-actualization. They're happy now. They're actually, it's like they've reached the pinnacle, and they're just enjoying, they're dancing within this, I think it's a wreath or something, but they're completely happy. And they're totally connected to themselves and to the world around them in order for them to achieve as well, achieve what they want. And that's what she's trying to bring through for you. Okay. Anything else, please? And it's funny, this patience card here, and winter, take care of your needs. It's almost like throughout her life, she was in permanent winter, waiting for that spring to come. We have the patience here. It's like I get a sense that she was waiting and waiting and waiting, but it never happened. Okay, she passed over, and now what she's doing, she's bringing it over to you. So she wants you to move from winter to spring and summer. Well, that's a lot of warm energy coming through here. So we have the 6 of Wands, followed by the Moon, followed by the Hermit again. Yeah, this energy, this is bringing through this energy from her, and it's like she wants to come out of this hermit. The hermit can be very, very beneficial. That's where you self-reflect and analyze. You get a lot of information here. But what she's saying is, it's not time to heal this in your ancestry, and it's time to come forward into the light with passion and with enjoyment. You're coming out of the shadows. We have the moon here. This is the shadows, things hidden in the shadows. It's like she wants you just kind of to come out into the open, to exalt in your uniqueness. And by doing this, this is, getting into this kind of energy of celebration, celebrating yourself. Victory will come very, very quickly on its heels. You feel very, very victorious, very confident, and really, really part of things as well. Yeah, and this uniqueness, yeah, again, I said it could be coming from something to do, some sort of starseed origin. It's like I'm looking at this card as well, and I'm looking at these, I think it's a dog and a wolf, and they're like looking up at the sky. And these, I think they're yods or something. They actually look like meteors coming down to Earth. And this is the kind of energy she has, the energy that she comes from. And this is to do with your uniqueness. It's coming down to Earth. It's coming to replenish the Earth. And it's nothing to be, afraid of. It's something that's really, really lovely. It's something that the planet needs. Something really, really positive. Wow. Okay. Anything else, please? About the treat that this ancestor has of people in group 3, please. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. Yeah, it's about not shutting yourself away. It's being comfortable in your own skin and feeling comfortable. And it's what it's saying to me is that she wants you to take your rightful place in the world. You have as much right as anybody else to be happy and to take part in everything in a really, really happy way, to really benefit from the world plane and enjoy everything that it has to offer. You have a right as much as anybody to be victorious, and you have something very, very unique and wonderful to bring to things. Okay. We have hope. This is beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, this is about complete optimism she's trying to give you. She's trying to give you optimism and hope and happiness, which will lead towards happiness, which is what I'm seeing for these cards, hope. And I feel that there's some sense of looking towards home. It's like these, it's like these, the dogs and the wolf and I think it's a crayfish, they're like looking towards the moon. It's like symbolizes home. Something wonderful, something unique, something, something brilliant to bring to the earth plane. Something to be proud of. Be that warrior, that's what she's saying. Okay. Right, so I'd like to know now, please. So Ancestor of people in group 3, how should they use this treat that you were giving them in the most positive way? In a way that will impact their lives in the most positive way, please. How should they use this treat that you're giving them? We have, again, we've got the Six of Wands, wonderful. And we have, this is lovely, we have Temperance. Okay, it's complete healing. And then we have the Devil. Okay, I'll get some more information on that. I feel in this instance, this Devil is talking, because the Devil in tarot is to do with the astrological sign of Capricorn, which is about determination and bringing things down to earth. It's about material achievement on earth, and this is what she's kind of saying as well. And also, it could be also about things that you fear. There could be things that you feared about yourself. There could be things you don't know about yourself, things that are hidden in the shadows. So what she's saying is, kind of free yourself from that, explore what there is in the depth. There could be in the depths of things. This could really, really help you. There could be an element of shadow work as well that would be really important for you to do in order for you to get the best out of the treat that she is giving you. Because what this will do, it's like you're alchemizing or mixing these things that you find in the darkness with the light energy as well. You'll get that sense of really, really complete healing. And we have a third eye, which I think is a third eye. It looks like a third eye. And the crown chakra as well seems to be lit up on this particular archangel, which I think is actually Michael. Okay, and also, as this is the archangel Michael, I believe, that is to do with being courageous. Michael's like a protector, and he fights the forces of, the forces of darkness and things like that to actually get to the light. And it's possibly she wants you to connect to that kind of protective angel energy. Remember, we have the archangel, I think this is Raphael here, which is the energy that she brings, the energy that she's connected to. She's connected to the angel of healing. So yeah, she's saying you have the ability to connect to something really, really high vibrational. Something that really vibrates highly on a high vibration. And by doing this, by sort of exploring these facets of yourself, this will bring you into light, and you will feel much more energized, much more confident and stronger and more happy to be seen and comfortable in your skin, basically, on the earth plane. Anything else, please, about this treat and how people in group 3 can use it positively, please? Okay, and on the bottom of this deck, we have a completely, very, very confident, charismatic Queen of Wands as well, just to emphasize that energy. And it's very, very to do with the solar plexus, that yellow, lovely, vibrant energy as well. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups. I think this card has appeared in every single reading so far. And again, this person is on a journey of self-discovery. And then we have the Four of Swords. So I'm feeling she wants you to meditate or connect or something to that high angelic frequency, possibly to the frequency of Michael, Archangel Michael. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, what I said about looking through the darkness, but also that kind of Capricorn, determined energy to actually become more happy in your own skin and be self-sufficient as well. This person, this Queen of Pentacles, she's about being independent, being in charge of her own finances and, being abundant really on the earth plane. That's lovely. Okay. What should we use? So, again, how can they use this treat practically, please? Ancestor of people in group 3. Hermit, retreat and recharge. That's really interesting because the Hermit has come out twice really. So yeah, what it's saying is, yes, it's okay to have them times of, being a hermit, because this is where you recharge, but not to stay in the energy, to use it to its full advantage. As I said before, connecting. This is also like kind of solar plexus, that yellow, powerful energy, and connecting to the angelic frequencies as well. So using them times when you are alone, using them really, really productively, meditate, connect to that, to that high vibration. And lastly, one more card to finish off, please, about this. Surrender. Yeah. This is like kind of letting down all resistance to change, in terms of when you do that, when you kind of open up to spirit, open up to the messages, to to the information, to the positive energy that this ancestor is giving you. This is really what you're doing, is you're actually surrendering. And by surrendering, you're allowing this ancestor and the power of spirit and the angels to help you and to re-energize you. Okay, so you can move forward victoriously and prosperously. Lovely. What a lovely message. What a lovely treat from this ancestor for people in group 3. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you liked the reading. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave any comments if you want to, or any feedback. That would be very much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Hello group 4, and welcome to your reading. You chose the spell book, and this is a Halloween themed reading which will be about an ancestor of yours who is going to come forward to you during the Halloween season, when the veil is thinnest between the spirit world and the earthly 3D world. And what they're doing, they're coming forward to you to bring you a treat, something that you can use positively in your life. Okay, lovely. So let us begin. So first of all, I'd like to ask, please, Spirit, about information about the ancestor who is coming forward, please. The ancestor who is coming forward. People in group 4, please. Please remember, these are general readings. So I'm looking really for the main energy of this ancestor. So this might apply to a lot of you or to a few of you. So just sort of take what resonates. So we firstly have the 2 of Pentacles, followed by the King of Swords, followed by the 3 of Pentacles. I feel that this is some kind of a dynamic businessman. That's what's coming through here. I'm getting that it is a male energy who is coming through. Someone who's very direct, very forthcoming as well, and is easily able to negotiate with others in bringing projects and things like that, and schemes and businesses to something that's really, really tangible. I get this kind of almost like a kind of like a foreman, maybe, or someone definitely who speaks his mind, and he does have a strong mind, very strong-willed, and he kind of weighs things up as well, as you see with he does weigh things up, as you see with the 2 of Pentacles, but he does deliver the truth to people. Okay. Right, some more information, please, about this ancestor who is coming forward for people in group 4, please. Something about the spoken word is very, very powerful with this ancestor. So we have the Page of Cups, followed by the 9 of Swords, followed by the Queen of Cups. Okay, so I think this ancestor, he might have found it quite difficult at times to balance being direct and being forthcoming. It was for good intentions, but I feel it might have possibly upset some people or made them feel a bit anxious, or factors had to face things they didn't want to face. So I'm getting with this as well. But he came and he told the truths, and I'm feeling there's a sense that he may have needed to be a bit softer in his approach of people, because we have the 2 of Pentacles here. Somebody trying to weigh things up, and we have this Page of Cups which is behind it, which is where I'm feeling, and also this Queen of Cups. I'm feeling there's good intentions here, but it didn't always come across that way. I think the King of Swords energy came through very, very powerfully with him, very, very outspoken, and he wasn't afraid to speak his mind amongst groups of people as well. He wasn't afraid to deliver the truths, but I feel there was a need that I think he feels now he's passed, he's feeling there was a need that he needed to be a bit more thoughtful, a bit more considerate of other people's feelings as well, how they would feel about what he's trying to say. There's a feeling that he needed to be a bit softer, and maybe he needed to give himself a bit of time with, you know, playful things as well. That's what I'm getting here. He might have let his logical mind sort of take over and didn't give a lot of room for like imagination connecting to his feelings, and I think that's something he may have needed to bring through in his particular life. Okay, right, what else? Let's get some information about him. Okay, so I'm going to use this deck, I think. Some information, please, about this ancestor who has come forward for people in group 4 with a treat. I just feel for some of you, it is somebody that you definitely possibly knew in your life now who has passed. It could be a father figure, a grandfather figure. But also I think for others of you as well, it's somebody that you didn't know, but you've heard about them. It's somebody who existed before you were born, and you possibly been told different things about them. And I feel that you're sort of weighing things up, what to believe, what not to believe as well. That's what I'm feeling with this Two of Pentacles. And it's like when they find out information about him, they sort of have to make a judgment with the information that they get. And sometimes it's a bit difficult to get the right sort of information dependent on who in the present now is relaying the information to you. Spells alchemy. Wow, okay. Now this is interesting because we have a spell book as well. We also have a spell book and has spells alchemy. So there's some sort of, I feel there's some sort of power in terms of he was able to create things possibly out of nothing, and he didn't realize, I think that he didn't realize that he actually had a lot of intuition, and he was tapped into magic. He possibly didn't feel that he was, but he was actually tapped into something, possibly occult, something to do with, you know, manifestation. He was tapped into a kind of magic. It was kind of underneath the surface. It might have been in his subconscious. He might have been aware of it at certain points, but he chose to ignore it. He chose a logical way out at all times. And I think he possibly denied himself that aspect of himself, but I think he had a strong manifestational ability within him as well. He was just someone who was able to, it's like I get a sense of someone who's clicking their fingers and things happen. Okay, that's interesting. Anything else, please, about this ancestor who has come forward with a treat for people in group? Who's coming forward for people in group 4, please? I sort of get images of faces of a young boy coming through amidst darkness and greyness. There's like images, but they're coming very quickly and they're flashing and then they're going, like a young boy's face. And I feel that this is probably his inner child that he wanted to bring out in his life, but he didn't. And it's like it's stuck there in the ancestry. It hasn't had a chance to really come out, because if it did, he would be able to alchemize all this and create things, maybe manifest things in a much more powerful way and towards what he really wanted as well, because he's actually tuning into that inner child energy, but it's kind of hidden amongst a lot. I see a lot of clouds and a lot of mist that's trying to come through. Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. I feel this is possibly one of the lessons that he learnt through his life, and that he's carried over, and it might have been a trait or something that's carried through possibly the family line. And what's happened because of that, it's kind of letting pride and the need to be right get in the way of having a peaceful, harmonious life where everybody is happy and people aren't upset and they're not anxious as well. And I think that's something he had to learn in his life, is to let go. He didn't have to be right all the time, just to be a bit softer in his approach, and that would have benefited him and others around him more. That's what I'm feeling from this. Okay, that's an interesting energy coming through. Right, so what I want to know now, I would like to know about the treat that this ancestor has for people in group 4, please. Okay, we have the 9 of Swords, followed by the Sun. Wow, what a difference. And then we have Death. Okay. I talked about the inner child being behind the mist, trying to come out, but just tiny little flashes. It's like the face is a bit silhouetted as well. But what he's bringing to you is a chance for you to bring this inner child completely into the sunlight, to illuminate that completely, because this is what he feels. I think he feels that this is what he should have done in his lifetime, but he didn't. But now what he wants to do, it's like he wants to repair that, to heal that. And it's like he's given this information over to you to do that, possibly to bring yourself and others out of the darkness, out of fear and anxiety, and to enable you to transform. This is a very, very powerful energy. This is a major arcana, and yes, death seems very, very scary, and it's very appropriate because we're in the kind of season of Samhain, or death, autumn, also Halloween. But out of death comes intense transformation, and I see this as going from darkness to light, from fear to that childlike wonder, to enjoying the life around you. And that's what he's bringing to you. He's bringing illumination. Okay, very interesting. Okay, some more information, please, about this treat that this ancestor has for people in group 4, please. I just had the line, the legend of Fred, as a bit random, that came through. Somebody possibly, his name might have been Fred or something similar to that. I don't know if that applies to one or two of you. We have the 6 of Swords. So yes, definitely what he's helping you to do is to move on from this 9 of Swords, anxiety, depression, fear. He wants to move, he's trying to help you. He's trying to help you mentally to move out of anxiety and depression towards something more peaceful, and also much more joyful, something much more connected to the inner child. Wow, yeah, massively. The treat he's bringing to you is enlightenment. And this, I feel, is going to come to you in the form of a very, very powerful download direct from Spirit. Okay, he's connecting you to that. This is how he's giving you this treat, through a really, really massive download. I feel that you might hear some piece of music or something that could be, in your ear, it could be something clairaudient, it could be something, you know, something in your everyday life that you're going around and you hear a certain piece of music and that triggers something really, really positive in you. And that is his way of communicating to you and trying to bring you out of this anxiety, trying to shift you into something that is connected to your inner child. So with some sort of music, maybe you might be hearing something that you haven't heard for a long time that makes you feel that childlike wonder. Okay. And then we have Five of Cups. Yeah, he's trying to transform you from this kind of grief and sorrow. I just had a little ring in my ear then, that was interesting. Trying to transform you from this kind of grief and sorrow and feeling enclosed in your own kind of inner turmoil. He's trying to bring intense transformation to transform you from this. He's trying to bring you back to your inner child. Something that he wished he would have done. He would have tapped into the inner child, and you know, this would bring you happiness and fulfillment. That's interesting. It was like the ring was like two little bleeps or something in my right ear. Okay, as I picked up this Five of Cups card. Right, okay, let's get some more information about this. What is the treat that he is giving people in group 4, please? Scrying mirror projection. So maybe some of you might be, I'm looking at the scrying here, maybe some of you might see something, possibly a lot, you know, by looking in a mirror, looking into any sort of, it could be a cup of water, anything, and something might trigger an idea or something in you that connects you to this treat that he's offering you. I'm going to get a tarot on this just to get a bit more information on it. Okay. So, Ancestor of people in group 4. What are you trying to say to people in group 4 with the scrying mirror projection card? What are you saying about this treat that you have for them? Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles. This is telling me that this is your way of unblocking yourself. I think he was feeling this kind of feeling of being blocked, having to be the adult, having to be possibly the one in charge as well. Because he was, you know, he had quite a strong presence. He spoke his mind. He didn't allow the inner child into his life as much. And that kind of made him feel blocked. And he doesn't want you to feel that way as well. But the way for you to unblock yourself is to allow, just to be open up to the inner child. And this, by opening up to your inner child, this will enable you to shift very, very positively from turbulent waters to calm waters, the calm waters of the mind. And this will open a space for you to receive basically a wonderful download from spirit, something really, really positive, something that's going to help you transform into something really, really positive. Okay. All right, so what I want to know now, please, Ancestor of people in group 4, how can they use this treat that you have for them in the most positive way, please, to affect their life in the most positive way? Okay, we have the Queen of Cups here. Yeah, I think it's about really connecting to your heart center, which is how we allow our inner child in. It's really connecting to your intuition and your heart center and your feelings as well. That is what he wants you to do. Something that he probably feels that he should have done more. So we have Two of Cups. Yeah, definitely. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. And then we have 3 of Swords. So what you're doing by connecting to your heart space, this will make you feel much more possibly connected. He's like offering this gift to you as well. This is what I see. He's offering this gift to you. It's like Spirit is overseeing this offering as well. And what this is doing, this is like healing the lineage, sort of healing this pain, this mental pain that's been caused in the sort of ancestral line. It's been healed, and what's coming out of it is total joy, abundance, independence, really, really lovely energy as well. And I talked about clairaudience. This lady in the card, I think that's either a falcon or something, and he's possibly, I don't know whether he's tweeting at her, giving her sort of clairaudient messages as well. And this is your way of connecting to your heart space. You'll be able to, build up all these pentacles here, which is about abundance, feeling abundant. And self-made as well. I believe this person was very, very much self-made, very independent, but you're doing it in a different way. You're doing it with the added benefit of connecting to your heart and to your inner child, and it will feel really, really lovely. And you'll get a real sense that the heart of you, his heart as well, and your heart are being healed really, really intensely. It's like things are being put right. Okay. Anything else you want to say, please, Ancestor or people in group 4, about this treat that you have for them and how they can use it in a positive way? We have Temperance, followed by Justice, followed by the 10 of Swords. Definitely, this is marking the end of a cycle a lot. An end of a cycle of mental turmoil. He wants that to happen for you. And this is so important that we have a major arcana, we have the Justice card. By you doing this, by you following his advice or his message to you, his treat, what you're doing, you will be resolving some sort of karma in your ancestry. Again, I said this is about restoring the balance, making things right. There's a real strong sense of this, and this will bring intense healing for you as well. Intense healing and a really strong connection to spirit through your heart. What it's telling me is that he's saying that it is your destiny to resolve this karma, because what this will do, this will help you to kind of get into a state of independent and strong self-worth and a sense of achievement as well. That's lovely. Okay, so some final cards, please. We have Ouija board, Caution. I think he's saying in this card, he's sort of saying don't repeat the same mistakes that I did. Be cautious in how you project yourself out. Really connect to your heart center. That's what's really important. And we've got a tarot just to give a bit more information about that. So please, can I have some more information, please, about the Ouija board Caution card, please? We have the 10 of Pentacles. I feel that, looking at this card, this is very generational to do with families. And I feel that he's here, this is him here, and he's looking from the spirit realm, from the spirit world. He's looking at you. And it's like he's giving that wise advice to you to not repeat the same patterns. He wants you to, he's like looking in on you. It's like his little lens. He's looking looking at how you're reacting, how things are going. And you see a little child here as well. And you hear the dogs and everything. That wonderful childlike wonder. He wants that to come out. He wants you to connect to that. He's kind of warning you not to repeat the same mistakes that he did. Wow. And this, to me, this is like complete healing of that ancestral line, or that, you know, all the difficulties, all the things. This is very much aligned with the Justice card. It's just storing the balance of things. Okay. Let's have a little look. Actually, I'm going to use a different card, I think. Different deck. So, what I forgot to do as well, for the second question, I forgot to pull a second oracle card, which I will do now. So, Ancestor of people in Group 4, what treat do you have for them during this Halloween season, and how can they use it in the most positive way? So what is the treat, and how they can use this in the most positive way? So we have Cauldron Containment. I get a feeling of intensity, things building up here. He's given you that impetus. He's given you, this is like building up, it's like building up energy, building and building and building until you have an explosion of colour. An explosion of colour I'm seeing here. And this explosion of colour will bring about this death or this powerful transformation. And, you know, when we do spells, you know, whether they're written or vocal, you know, vocal spells, or whether we mix together ingredients in a cauldron, we are hoping to create something from this, something new, a new kind of potion. And this is what he's talking about. It's like creating something new, and he's given you the ingredients to do that. And then we have Ancestor's Remembrance. Yes. He really, really wants you to connect to your ancestry. He's part of your ancestry, and he wants you, it's really remembering, it's kind of having respect for your ancestry, and that they are, this ancestor is really, really trying to help you. He's trying to heal something really, really deep seated, and he's trying to heal it now. He's trying to, it's like he's trying to put things right, and you were like the conduit or the vehicle to do that. All right, so connection with this ancestor is really, really important. Beautiful. Powerful reading, Group 4. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, share and subscribe, all the usual things. Please also feel free to leave any comments or feedback. Okay, thank you very much and goodbye.